Welcome back to Beating Bam Season 2, Event 1. If you missed the playoffs from Season 1, check out that video right up here. How do I point? There we go. Point right up there. Check out that video. Should be a link there for you. But here, let's jump into what Season 2 is going to look like now. In Season 2, there is no more live stream for Round 4. All 4 rounds are played up front. And we have a CTP challenge. Other challenges coming throughout other events. This first challenge, we're going to have a CTP. Make sure you watch the video and see which hole that CTP is going to be on. The prizes for this event, there's the accurate sticky harp for anybody who beats Bam. There's also an accurate sticky harp with this smiley stamp for anybody who wins the random draw. And that CTP is going to earn a custom putter. If you get CTP, submit that screenshot, the link in the comments or link in the description to get your prize. This event is open through Sunday the 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The event code is BAM71. Enter that in the event section in game to make sure you get in here and you get to play. Also new this time is we're going to be having our first bonus event. Bonus event where score doesn't matter, highlights only. The event code is hibam. 2 rounds. Your score means nothing. Get an awesome highlight. That's what matters the most. Submit that at the highlights form in the description, and the community will vote on the best highlight for a custom disc. That custom disc can be a putter, mid-range, or fairway. No distance drivers available for that one. Let's go ahead and jump into round 1. All right, guys, not going to lie, I haven't really practiced much before I'm jumping in, but let's go straight into Enzo. Enzo can have a lot of separation right off the bat, and this is a wind that makes, I can't run this. I don't feel confident getting there for the eagle in this wind, so I'm just going to take the drive, get out here on backhand. A good ground play might give me a shot at the eagle. Let's see. That's a miss if it goes OB. So this is going to be a layup from here. And frankly, I'm okay with a birdie. Now, I'll say this to taunt some of y'all, I'm okay with the birdie because many of you realistically are going to be getting par when you try to go for this and go OB. Some of you will definitely get the eagle. That's going to be an easy par to take. Here's the glide skip paradigm. I slide left, and I used to aim right here on the tree, but taking smooth line, going a little bit higher, lets me have more of a straight pullback, and don't go OB. Well, that might have been a good dead skip. Well, it's not OB, but I'm going to be birdie again, which you don't want to be birdie, especially, in a 1 wind on Enso 2. I can't be getting a birdie there. It has to be eagle every time. So some of you getting the strokes back there. That was smooth line I was going for from the Beating Bam playoffs. I saw I aimed a little bit higher, so it turned over a bit less. But mine still turned over a lot, so maybe it's even higher to go. Here we're going to go with the glide shift. That wind is going to push us way over to the right. And hopefully the shift just very gently fades back towards the left. And I'm liking how this is looking maybe a bit further out than I'd like. But it's still very reasonable to have this I'm just going to go straight 150. The wind's going to give it lift, but then when it gets out there, it's going to slow down and drop. And we are getting another birdie. It's okay, though. Some tough wins, at least on 1 and 3. It was some tough wins. I don't feel too bad about birdie. But I like to get some eagles here at some point. Boy, crazy wins. Here's going to go light glide paradigm. Aim down a little bit. And I want to give this enough anhyzer so I don't miss the left and go off the bridge. And I think I succeeded. Did I? Ooh, barely succeeded. This could have been right under the basket. Oh, is this the one? Is it already going to be? This might be the CTP. That's a great wind for a potential CTP challenge. If I decide this is going to be CTP, you're going to see it on the screen right now that this is the CTP hole for this round, or for this event. I'm going to go 70 feet on the forehand there and take that eagle. That's going to be a fun one if that ends up being CTP. ENSO 5. Then we'll glide, roll, rive. No glide, water skip. I want the ground play here. And hopefully slides down that hill a little bit. I know another potential hole that, or place that I might find a CTP is going to be on the 2-mile drive. If we get a great tailwind like that again, you're going to go like 60 feet of power here. There we go. If we get a great tailwind like that. But ENSO 4, that could be a really fun one. If I don't find one that's even better later on. This is the accurate water skip sapphire. I slide left, put that top chevron and in line with the bottom of that distance marker, but over on this cherry tree. And then a 2/3 power and half disc anhyzer. I'm hoping to hit this tree just a little bit. Tree slows it down, and it gets the water skip right up here. It's very forgiving. You can turn it over quite a bit more and still get lucky making that in. Not lucky, just get right up on the green. That 79 footer, I gave her 50 feet of power on my fuse there. ENSO 7. Here, I thought was going to be the line from Aaron Christensen, but I'm second guessing this wind. See if the glide, skip, rive. Yeah. Oh, glide, skip, rive in this wind. Give it like a half disc of anhyzer if I remember correctly. And it should sneak up there. Get over, get over, get over. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's the OB. This is going to be the par to open that up for you guys. Because I can kind of try to run this. Oh. Oh. That was a lot closer than I thought with the tempo. That was mostly winging it. I'm winging it much that I feel like I've practiced tempo a lot, but not for that one, not that particular shot at all, and not in forehand very well. Lots of crazy winds here on ENSO. So this is paradigm. I slide left, and my typical aim is right here at this tree. With the 3 wind, right to left, I'm going to need to add a lot of anhyzer, but if I don't change my aim, then I'm going to hit a tree early on the right side. So I need further to the left, and even more anhyzer on that. And that was way too much anhyzer, but it's safe. Yeah, it's safe. Is this worth a run? 125. I'm going to go 130-ish. And stay. There we go. That one snuck in there for an eagle. Clearly, I turned that a little bit too much. So if you're using the paradigm, make that adjustment add a bit less. And this is a wind where I want to go glide, skip, rive to get down there. But a glide, skip, rive will almost definitely end up in the water long. So I'm going to glide, water skip. Hopefully get some good ground play to get down there for an eagle look. But it doesn't. And that's okay, though. We're going to lay up here at the fuse. Down to the left side. Just like 60 feet of power. And let this slide. There's plenty of room over here. Maybe a tree in the way, but I'll be able to slide around it. And throw in with this 50 feet down the hill to get that last birdie. And there's Ikigai ENSO on ENSO. I shot -12. Not terrible. It's not that 3-star. I'd be ideally going for a -14. But it is not as bad as it could have been. Coming now into round 2. This is 2-mile drive. 2-mile drives put together with some very, very long drives. I typically like to take the shift here on hole 8, but with this hard right to left wind, that's too much to fight. So I'm going to take the glide, water skip, rive and get this out here on forehand. Ideally land in somewhere around this rock that I'm going for, and this will work out just fine as long as it stops, which it will. 2-mile drive is actually 2 miles of driving. So from tee box to basket, 2 miles is the total distance you're throwing the disc on this layout. Here's a glide, water skip, rive, hang it out high to the right, and let the wind push it down. If I miss that tree, I did miss that tree. A little bit of collision going to slow me down, but hopefully this throw-in is still within range. It's a 90 footer, but with that 3 wind, I'm going to add 60 feet of power, take off a little bit of power, preserve a bit of power for that wind. The 3 wind, each 1 wind takes off like 10 feet of power or so. Oh, alright. I gotta be smart, and I wonder if there's a cool shift play here. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not gonna do it right now. But here's the glide sapphire. Here's the safe birdie. I'm not going for the eagle. I worked on it a lot during the boss multiplayer season when I got a lot more aggressive. But this is not the place to get aggressive. And I'm trying to clean up this game a bit and show you guys that smarter play that typically does me well in events. When I play aggressive in events, it doesn't usually work out as well. It's that sapphire, sapphire, musket, and tap in, basically a tap in for the birdie. Forehand sapphire, backhand sapphire, musket, tap in. You certainly can go big. There's a glide skip paradigm or any flippy skippy driver. Forehand off that tee is a great tee shot. And if you're inbounds, you're likely to have a good look at the eagle from there. Pioneer by 8, I take the default light glide paradigm. Just minor adjustments for the wind. I'm not worried about it too much. Even if I hit this tree and the rock that I just went by, it's very stable unless you have a terrible wind. The second shot, I'd like to get a little more to the right so I can go backhand into that green. I'm gonna go glide water skip drive and hopefully fade right over here, which I am successfully doing. I'll be able to go backhand around this. I just know my backhand distance is better. So I can go glide roll right here over the top and drop this in pretty close to the basket. It's falling short, but that's okay. There's a lot of room up here for forgiveness if you're not quite on. And those walls on the side of the green used to be too tall to throw over. So you just have to throw kind of a lofty putt if you got behind those. But that changed in one of the updates. I think it was before last multiplayer season that changed and made those walls shorter so you can throw right over. Thinking about this wind, I'm thinking it's shift because if I go with my backhand or my forehand sapphire line, I know that I'm not going to feel confident to throw into the green. And this shift might work great and get way down there. And oh, no ground play at all. Huh. I think I could still rhythm into this and maybe take a little bit of power off it to get down. And yes, that is managing to work out for a tap in. Fantastic. Now it's a totally legit play there. If you're very uncomfortable with that wind, chuck it wide out around the left side with a turn glide driver or a light glide driver. Make sure it flies past the bridges. And if you get past the bridges, you go to the drop zone that's closest to the basket, and you're pretty much guaranteed at least getting par from there. Because if you make the drop zone, you get birdie. If you don't make the drop zone, you should be close enough for par. Glide skip drive on this one, typically paradigm, but with this big wind, that's going to give us just plenty of turn on the forehand there. If it's not this big right to left wind, I like to go backhand off that tee and get a little more aggressive with the paradigm. But this wind just is not going to allow it. Glide skip drive again. Try and get as close as I can because this is a very slippery green to throw into. If you don't come in on a good angle, you're going to go straight off the back of it. I'm going to try to come in. Maybe this will slow down enough with that wind. That'd be sticky. Musket. No, get across it. Get across it. Barely across that safe to be able to get the birdie here. I'm going to putt with the fuse. Straight down into the basket. Taking a birdie. -9 on 2 Mile Drive is a very reasonable score to go for. All right, Pioneer Bay 8 is in this layout again. So again, light glide paradigm. And again, default aim, just adjusting for the wind. I'm not too picky on that drive. I hit this rock. That had some good skip. That's okay. No, not going to get aggressive. I'm trying to show you guys smart plays. Light glide paradigm. Just get over the top. Make sure you get over that stump. That's easy to miss that stump because the distance marker for the basket hides it. if it happens to be lined up just right. 402, I did not get around to be able to go backhand. I'm going to glide roll here on the forehand. Keep it lower to penetrate a bit more into that distance out to 400 and let the wind fade it back over here onto the green for 32 feet. I'll throw that in forehand because I just kind of hate putting in heavy wind. And now that I have that forehand throw into my game, it makes it way easier. This is Ikigai Spring 7. Slide left with the glide skip drive. With this wind, you can aim straight at that hillside, and the distance and turn itself. It's okay if you land on the right side because that hill slope is going to knock you back towards where you want to be, kind of over here, even if you don't turn it quite enough. As long as you get around that corner, you're in a safe spot. I take glide skip drive again, and I prefer to aim very low over here, and let aiming low give the disc the turn. As long as we're to the right side of this tree, this is cutting it pretty close, but it's going to work out. Throw to the green. I had 100 feet, so 416. It's kind of what I'm going for here. So glide water skip drive is my 416-ish feet. I'm going to go around the outside here with this. Glide water skip drive is going to be up by the basket. Excellent here. There certainly is a forehand line if you don't want to get that right around there. But the forehand just flies over the OB so long. I just want to take that OB out of play. This wind tells me to go for it. Light glide paradigm. Slide right. Middle shower run on that skeleton's head. And I use the railroad markers, the railroad ties for my pullback. And with that 2 wind about there. And this is overturned. Gonna catch some foliage and hopefully hit this to stop safe. Nope, didn't stop safe. I got aggressive there. I'm paying that price. I think birdie's out of play here at this point. So I'm gonna go light glide paradigm. Just get it up to this tree, and then I'm throwing into the green. Didn't even need to be paradigm, could have been sapphire. Trying to get close to that 384. There we go. There's a shift flying in. Straight to it for the tap in for the par. That was an eagle opportunity that I completely blew by overturning that drive. The safe layup play is a sapphire off that tee, or your furthest flying fairway driver off that tee. Rosen Valley 2 to wrap this up. With the accurate glide sapphire, you slide right, and I use the V at the top of the top chevron on that rock. It's a hologram rock out there on the island, and give it a straight pullback. You don't want to hit that tree over on the right side, and if you successfully don't hit that tree, in a 1 wind, you'll get onto this ice and skip up over here. Ideally, that skips out a bit more so we don't have these trees right in front of us. Because I have a tougher shot. Try to get up in the air and give it plenty of Anheuser. And this is really a judgment shot that I didn't judge well, but thankfully cleared the water anyway, and is going to give me a potential run at this eagle. I've literally never hit this eagle before, but I saw Greg, luckiest guy, say once that he runs with a forehand paradigm, and so that's what I've been doing ever since. Still haven't hit it, but running it with that forehand glide skip paradigm on that last shot. And 45 feet. Getting in there, 2 mile drive, and I think 8 under is what that's finishing. There you go. So Lost Island 8. Starting to leave some doors open there. Going into Aces and Eagles. Aces and Eagles is alternating ace runs and eagle runs. I like to take the sticky harp at this one with the bottom chevron and pointing right at the bottom of that tree and give it a straight pullback from here. And this is going to miss to the right. Frankly, it's a matter of watching the sway. It's a very advanced thing, I think, to figure out watching the sway, and I don't usually take a lot of time to do it. But if you learn where you want the sway for your aim points, you're going to like what it's going to do for your game. I have a couple I've looked this way on, and it helps. Slide right here with the glide skip paradigm and the middle chevron right on the top of the spires can give it like a half disc of anhyzer because of that 2 wind, and hopefully end up on the left side up here, but it's not. It's getting hard back to the right. And I hope I don't have that little plank in the way. I think I can slide that out of the way with the harp. And I always miss this left, so I'm gonna really try to make sure I don't miss left. And I didn't miss left. That one's for Aaron Christensen. I saw him do that throw in from 200 feet. I've been trying to hit it ever since with the harp. The 200 feet, that goes in. And thank you, Aaron, for that throw-in tip. All right, Lakeside 7. I take the sticky musket. I put the top chevron right on the left side of that log down there on the far side. And this is the pullback where I put the left side of the disc just barely showing. I don't know where I want the sway to be, but if it's right there, it's going right on line and just to the left of the basket. Don't try that ace line if there's any sort of tailwind. Any sort of tailwind, you're just going to go fly in OB if you miss that basket. But I really like that ace line in a 1 wind. Next eagle we're going for. Are we going for? No, I gotta be smart. Do I? Oh, it's so tempting. Glide water skip. All right. Can the second water skip go? I don't know if it's going yet. I'm gonna hope that changed. All right. We're gonna go double forehand here. So glide water skip, drive off the tee. Skip up there. It does. And actually, maybe I'm not going forehand as I see where I'm at now. Yeah, it's going to be light glide paradigm. And let it get over here. Wind, push up there. Come on, wind. Come on, ground play. Okay, this has a chance. This has a chance to do it. I'm going to call it 90 feet because it's a little bit uphill. And 3 right to left wind with 60 power here. Hey, there we go. There's one way to get that eagle. The forehand glide skip off the tee, and that wind can actually set you up pretty well. Ace run with a tough wind, accurate glide sapphire. My 1 wind aim point is around here. So the 3 wind, I'm going to go just to the left of that distance marker and then give this a straight pullback. This has a chance. Oh, just off the left side. So taking this birdie, but that is a really fun ace run and a great ace run that we can get fairly often when you see that in multiplayer. All right, this ought to be an eagle every time, but honestly, it's been eating me alive lately. Let's see if I can make some corrections. Out that left side with the forehand, glide driver is great. If you have a light glide drive or a light glide strive in your bag, something that maybe has a little bit of turn, but still ends up overstable, that's a great disc for that shot. It gets a little bit higher, can clear things better. You just don't want to miss left or right because then you have problems. We go glide roll now into this green, up over all the trees, and here we are onto the green. This should be an eagle every time at elite level play. Putting in with a tempo just because I was too lazy to switch out my putting disc there. And I call this out aces and eagles, but it looks like what I'm doing more is birdies and eagles. Oh, I needed to work on an ace line for this one. When I created this layout for Beat and Bam 1, I had an ace line with a river like this. So if you have a river, it's here with a straight pullback. I'm not sure I can get the rhythm there on the same line. No, the rhythm is just short. I'm working on a back end line with the rhythm for that one, but it's really risky because if I miss, it comes pretty close to that OB line. I got to figure out something aiming a lot higher with the rhythm to get in there. Let's see if we can get the eagle here. Forehand, glide, roll, rise, slide left, and put the bottom chevron kind of right on those mushrooms. And it's kind of about winging the angle about here. Should get right. One bounce. Yes, that bounce is a good thing because it helps us get lined up better. If I can turn this corner without hitting this root, I can't. It would have rolled up there very well. The second shot, I don't like cutting through those trees, so there's so much risk in play there. Either there's a pretty big window kind of straight ahead, like there, a pretty big window. My preferred play is to take the rive and go way sky hyzer shot and turn the corner this way when I get way out here. And if that turns the corner in, gets up there and doesn't roll, here we go. Here for the birdie. If the roll ever goes away on rives, this will be a hole to be worth considering keeping a roller disc in your bag for having a look at that eagle. Hole 9, it's hole 8. I've been this is to the right a lot lately, and maybe that's a 1 wind. So I think a 2 wind, I'll go here a little bit to the left with the musket. Give it a straight pullback, and of course I missed to the left. Why wouldn't I if I make a correction for previous misses? As here, the musket is a great ditch for that shot though. Goes 60 feet to knock that in. And I'm pretty satisfied with that run on the aces and eagles layout. Minus 12 there. This time around, we were playing all 4 rounds up front. So here is Bam's beatdown. Interested to see these holes for me. I haven't really looked since I did hole or the first beating Bam. That's when I created this event or this layout. And these were all the holes that I hated the most. This one I've since picked up Reese's line that he threw in the Beat and Bam playoffs. It's about here. And I clearly didn't pick it up well. Dang. Well, if you want to see that line, watch the Beat and Bam playoffs video. What Reese throws on this, because he does this way better than I did here. You know, glide sapphire. And hopefully this gets up here safe. 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 Oh no. And that's why this is part of Bam's beatdown. This is going to be a very quick, I don't have a chance of making that bogey right off the bat. I thought I knew that line, but I got to go relearn it. I could hit it when we played Enso in the backhand line, or that forehand line. Maybe it was a slide left, or not quite aiming as low. I don't know. Go back and check. Reese through in that video. Yep, okay, still kind of hate all these holes. Glide sapphire is what I'll take here. I think this is my aim point. And get it out to the landing zone. Right about here. And when I don't have that crazy wind, glide sapphire is a normal play. I'm gonna go water skip on this one because that pushing wind. And I don't want it to go too far. OB. I'm not thinking about past the basket. I'm thinking more off the right side here if it went too long. Which it may well have if I threw water skip. All right, 103 feet. I'm thinking 80 because of that 2 wind. And then 60 because of the downhill. I want that sway up to the right. Oh no. Oh no. Wow. Okay, doors opening up again. Bam's beatdown is showing why this is Bam's beatdown. Because all the holes that have been killing me. Light glide paradigm. See if I can get this out here on the shelf. Come on. Get up on that shelf and make it easy. Get up on that shelf and make it easy. There we go. No, I said and make it easy. I said and make it easy. I think I have that tree in the way. I'm going to rotate around it. Should be very reasonable still to putt this in. There's an eagle. All right, not giving up any strokes on that one, thankfully. All right, is Bam beat all par 4s and 5s? I think so. Okay, this wind is a sticky musket backhand off the tee. Because this is how to lay up in this wind. And 429, we're going water skip sapphire or glide sapphire. I think water skip is the play to try and not end up in that mode. And water skip works perfect to lay up to this point. And there's a little bit raised, a 90-footer. So we'll go 60 to account for that wind. And let's get the sway. I want the sway top right here. Come on, get over there. There we go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I almost rage re-threw that. That was just bad. I can't be missing those. -1 through 4. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I'm not gonna take the line through the trees and risk more of a blow up. This is free strokes if I'm willing to take them, and I am willing to take them. I would glide skip paradigm there just to make sure I'm not fading to the bunker. I had about 100 feet to this. Take a little bit of power off that light glide paradigm. Yeah, it's about 100 feet of distance comes off for the downhill throw. And this worked perfectly there. So I was throwing out like 416. And taking an eagle, doing something right at least. Gosh dang. Hole 6 is downtown 5. This is a wind that should help me. Ideally, it's helping me get around that corner and not going OB on it. No trees, no trees, no posts. Monster roll. This should be helpful to really open up the look and not have to go over the water much at all on this one. 431. I think the way in here is still going to be sapphire. I'll get around the tree. I didn't realize how far away from the basket that tree was. And of course, I'm not going to make it easy on myself to finish this out. I'm going to go 70 feet on this one because I'm going uphill 20. Get in. Uphill 20, and then the 3 wind taking 30 off, getting me back to 70 for that one. Lost Island 8. All right, here is the layup. Wide shift, default, just give it a pullback. Down here safe is the goal. And down here safe is a success. Shift or sapphire, anyway there. And now it's about getting over this bush and safe up here. There we go. That works. A little bit further would have been A-okay. Now I'm just going to leave myself, hopefully not too much work. Skip off the side, get past that grouping of rocks. That grouping of rocks would have been close. Now I'm going to leave a 108, which I don't love. So I got there's like 80 power for the 3 wind. Come on, I don't even know where I want this sway. I'm just waited for, I guess, for no reason. I want it down though. I want the sway down. Why I want the sway down, I don't know. It just feels right. Come on, get where I want you. All right, whatever. There we go. Get in the birdie. And that's a win. I am happy with my birdie that time around. 3 wind. Let's get Skippy. Shadow's good. Get across, get across. Don't go in the water. Don't do that. Dang. This is a very tough one to save. I think it's that tree. Skip over that. No, no, no. No, no, no. Bad down. Open doors for more people beating Bam again. Okay, more of you going to qualify for the playoff. I'm shooting for, at this point, shooting for a June or a July playoff for season 2. Don't quote me on that. That's not written in stone at all. And I actually really like this wind. I think it's a lot of fun to do this play. Get tons of anhyzer there. And skip flying down this fairway. Lots of distance out of that. I like it. 490. Is sapphire enough? I think I gotta go glide water skip rive and get it up here like this. Get through the tree for me. Get through that tree. No! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Bam's beat down his beating me down. Oh, hey, well, and it was something kind of cool. Getting the par there. But anyway, 6 under. Getting beat down by Bam's beat down is very appropriate.